Gang, it's your boy with the fat SwaggyReacts, and we are back with another reaction video, man. And shout out to the homie Mr. Nightmare. Now I'm saying we got another Mr. Nightmare tonight, man. Like he dropped, I mean basically two videos in one day. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do it back to back, like two videos in one, but I was like, nah. I mean, I don't know if you guys would want that. Matter of fact, like I'm like, would you guys like that? Just two videos in one night, or just one video like this, or whatever, and actually make it like an hour. Like, let me know down in the comment section what you guys would like, man. But I mean, today we're gonna be checking out three true scary biking and cycling stories. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys ever been my 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 like adventure people out there, the nature, they like to be driving. I mean, like riding your bike all the time, like through paths and through the woods and stuff like that, man. I'm not doubt anybody doing that right now with this whole like virus thing going on, but maybe people are. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like this is what we're gonna be checking out today, man. If you guys checking this video out for the first time, I drop one of these every night at midnight, man. Enough of me talking. Enough of me talking. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell, man. So let's get into it, yo. Let's rock.
When I was a little younger, I enjoyed off-road biking, like on bike trails in the woods. Living in rural Massachusetts, I always did a lot of exploring, usually on my bike. One of those many days that I was feeling adventurous, I got on my bike and rode down Irving Street, the road my parents' old house sat on. This road went a long way down, and it basically just ran through trees in all directions, with the occasional farmland.
I mean, I know like that we're having like farmland like that, or just possibly just living in the country. I know having a bike is like awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because I know walking anywhere is crazy, bro. You know how, man, you know how crazy you got. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Like not in the country. Now you gotta have something, a bike, a four-wheeler, something, scooter, something. You know what I mean?
I'd usually cut off this road onto an intersecting road, or I'd just ride into the woods through one of the dirt paths. This particular day, I kept going further than usual on Irving Street, hoping to find these cool bike trails one of my friends told me about a few days prior. He said the entrance would be a little past a deer crossing sign. I didn't find the sign though, but I did find a trail that veered off the road into the woods. It was wide enough to easily navigate on my bike. So I turned off Irving Street and onto the dirt trail, which immediately dropped to a decline, allowing me to instantly pick up speed. I still don't know if these were the trails my friend was actually talking about or not, but they were fun to ride on, as they were very hilly and windy. I just rode around the apparent maze of trails, having fun exploring, until I started to get thirsty and realized I had forgotten my water bottle at home. Of course. So I decided to cut my bike ride.
I mean, like it be like that too, especially when you guys are like going like to play like basketball, or any type of sport, and you drive by so many stores, and then when you get there, you're like, damn, like why did I not stop by the store? Or like we might forget it in the car or something like that. Like then it get all hot if it's the summertime, and then you be mad. Like, bro, trust me, I've done it all. I've done it all.
Short and start looking for the way back to the road. I rode around the trails trying to remember which way I came from, but it was literally a maze. Irving Street was a very quiet road, so hoping to hear the sound of traffic was kind of pointless. This was back when flip phones were a thing, and I didn't even have a cell phone yet, honestly, so I couldn't exactly just whip out my iPhone to look for directions. Then I realized I wasn't alone in the woods. There was a woman not too far away from me, just standing there watching me, kind of creepily. She was older, probably 60s.
No.
I called out to her.
See, like no. If you just see something like randomly, I can't even talk. Like randomly out in the field like that, like you've never seen her before, bro. 9 times out of 10, she don't need to be there. So I'm not stopping. I'm gonna keep going. I'm out of here. I'm not gonna speak to you. None of that. I've never seen you before either.
Asking for help because I'm lost. She replied in a low voice, yet I called out to her asking for help because I'm lost. She replied in a low voice, yet I could somehow make out what she said. She said, "You shouldn't be in here." I apologized and asked for directions one more time, but she said get out now in a disturbingly sadistic way. I wasn't staying there another second. I rode off down the trail, resuming trying to find the road again. But from that moment forward, every 5 minutes or so, I'd see that lady, not too far away, always looking at me. This went on for some time, to the point that I got so uncomfortable that I hid behind this giant stone for a while once I lost sight of her. I waited for a long time, and it was getting dark quickly. I swear I was starting to freak out. Another half hour of trying to navigate this maze, and it was getting too dark to even make my way around on the bike. I could barely see the trails now. I was so tired I had to sit and take a breather, but
this never ends well when somebody riding through the dark time in the woods. Yeah.
Something in my gut told me I was being watched.
Yeah.
Like, you ever just get that feeling that you can sense the presence of someone else around you?
Oh yeah.
I was right, because the old woman's voice broke the silence. She said, "Come here," but in a low voice, almost a whisper. This meant she was currently closer to me than I was comfortable with. I couldn't see a thing. I held myself together until she started making these cackling sounds.
Oh, hell.
And that's when I lost it. I threw my bike to the floor. That was the last time I ever saw it. I started screaming, running through the woods.
No, bro, get on your bike and go, bro. Like, no, I would have hit her with the bike or something, bro. Like, ain't no way you're not finna be...
Nightmare of trying to find my way out of the woods finally ended when I saw the lights from a house not too far away. I ran as fast as I could to it and rang the doorbell. An older man answered the door and asked him for help, for some water and a ride or something. Thankfully, he was nice and happily offered to give me a ride to my house.
Good.
He seemed particularly freaked out when I told him about the creepy woman in the woods. He said 3 people had gone missing in our county just that month alone.
What?
He also knew the trails I was talking about and said they were not privately owned by any woman, making the situation even weirder. I, of course, was furious about leaving my bike behind, but I had to get out of there. That woman had been stalking me riding on my bike for potentially hours. She was basically right in front of me in that pitch blackness.
Wow, bro. Wow. Wow.
Browsing the app Letgo one day, I came across a listing for a free bike. It was a black Trek brand bike, which is a top bicycle brand.
That's a nice
At
bike.
the time, my bike was an old piece of crap Schwinn that I hadn't used in years, so obviously this listing caught my eye.
Yeah, like, this is a nice bike, and he talking about he giving it away for free? A bike like this? Nah, heck no. You know there's something up with that. Ain't nobody giving that away. Like, a bike like this, he could easily sell this for like, what? I'm not a bike expert, but honestly, I can get $200 off for it.
I contacted the lister, asking for more details, like if the bike was actually free, and where and when would I be able to pick it up. The lister responded relatively quickly, saying yes, it's for free, and said first come, first serve, but to hurry because a lot of people were contacting him. I asked him for the location or address, and he sent me coordinates. That should have been my first red flag. Who sends coordinates?
Exactly.
I asked him, how am I supposed to track the coordinates? He said download an app on my phone. Then I asked, is there a nearby address you could just give me? He said not really, because he was keeping his address to himself for privacy reasons.
No, bro. How many more red flags do you need, like, to not go? Because if you go, something... Never mind.
And there weren't really any nearby notable locations. So he gave me a phone number to text him, told me his name was Gene, and we set a meet time of 6 p.m., as that worked for both of our schedules. I downloaded this GPS coordinates tracker app, and the coordinates led me on a 25-minute drive. As I got closer and there was nothing but woods on either side of me, I started to wonder where exactly these coordinates would be taking me. I was now 2 minutes away, and it seemed I was as far as I was going to get with my car. Exactly what I was worried about came true. I'd have to cut through the woods to get to these coordinates.
Nope.
I parked my car.
Nope. See, that's where you fucked up at right there. And first off, like, I mean, I understand, like, certain people live in the country, this, that, and the third, know what I'm saying? That's cool. But if I'm driving and now I gotta, get to your house by driving through more woods, I'm good. Like, I'm gonna call you and tell you to come meet me at the street. If you can't meet me at the street, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
About came true. I'd have to cut through the woods to get to these coordinates. I parked my car on the side of the road, but before heading into the woods like a clueless madman, I texted Gene saying I was parked on the side of a desolate road next to woods on either side, and that the app was pointing me in the direction of the woods. He replied back a minute later saying, yeah, this area is sketchy that way. It would probably be better if you just cut through the woods instead of looking for the trail.
No.
If you follow the direction it tells you, you'll find a huge clearing in the woods where I'm waiting with the bike.
No.
I already drove this far. I figured I might as well just see this through, even if I was finding this increasingly bizarre. I started my
he wanna die. Like,
way into the woods, swiping twigs and leaves out of my way as I did my best to make it through the thick woods. I wasn't dressed for this at all, though. I did this for probably 4 minutes until I saw I was approaching the coordinates on my phone, but I didn't see any clearing in the woods ahead of me. Something wasn't right, so before going any further, I texted Gene again, saying I'm just about to be there, but can't see the clearing in the woods. I said maybe I have the wrong coordinates. A minute passed without an answer, so I tried to call him, but it went to voicemail after 1 ring.
So, bro, how many more red flags do you need to get the hell out of there and just go home, bro? Like, is he not making y'all mad right now? Is he not pissing y'all off right now? Like, oh my gosh, bro.
Passed without an answer, so I tried to call him, and it went to voicemail after 1 ring. Then he texted back saying, I have bad service, I can't talk on the phone. I asked him where should I go, I think I'm lost. He didn't answer.
Bro.
I waited and waited, hoping he would, but nothing. After a couple more minutes, I called it quits. I started to feel like this was all fake from the start, and I was becoming paranoid of my surroundings.
Oh, now you realize it's fake. Like, bro, he could have been killed you by now. You were already standing there for some amount of time. Like, he could have been did whatever he needed to do to you. Or maybe he still will. I don't know. But something need to happen.
The sun was going down, so I hurried back in the direction I came. I thought I would be followed, but as I looked back behind me constantly, I didn't see anyone. I made it back to my car to make a shocking discovery. All 4 of my tires were slashed. My body entered a fight or flight mode before even seeing who did this. I approached the door of the car, wondering if I should hide inside and lock the door, but as I looked into the car, I could see someone laying on the back floor hiding. I chose my flight response.
Bro, I don't got time for this guy right now, bro. He literally ran into this.
I sprinted all the way down the road, saying screw the piece of crap car. I heard my car door open and slam shut. When I turned around, I just briefly saw someone running into the woods. I took out my phone and of course called 911, asking them to please hurry to my location that I'd be running down the road. 15 minutes or so later, a police car finally approached me with its lights on. They escorted me back to the scene of the crime, my car, and took a police report, which included every detail like the slashed tires and the text conversation. They accompanied me as I waited for my roadside assistance company to come and tow my car. I was brought safely to a shop where they changed my tires on the spot. The only thing I worried about was that man Gene getting my license plate number and possibly tracking me with it. But to this day he hasn't.
Exactly.
So I like to think I'm safe from that.
Like, bro, I don't know what people don't understand about these ads and all these type of photos and stuff on these social medias, bro. Listen, if it has 1 photo, 2 or 3 photos, it's a scam more than likely, bro. It's so many, it's so easy to point out like a scam or anything on the internet now, and it's crazy because it's innocent people out there that don't know how to do that, and it's crazy to me, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro. I don't know.
When I was a teenager, before my friends and I had our driver's licenses, our main means of transportation was our bikes. Our town isn't that big, and all of us live a short bike ride away conveniently. We'd often go for bike rides during the day, just around the neighborhood for fun. But we really liked going for bike rides at night, especially in the town area on Main Street, by the bars and hubbub. It was a Friday night, pretty late, probably approaching midnight. I biked to Main Street with my friends Jackson and Roddy. It was a 15-minute bike ride from us. There were still some people out walking around down the street. Of course, we were only like 15 or 16, so we weren't actually going into any bars, just riding around for the vibe. We hung out in one of the parking lots on the street that we'd often just chill at. At that hour,
I used to do that as well. You know what I'm saying? I used to just ride around neighborhoods, used to go to the local market, shopping center, like ride my bike up there. I think all of us did that at a point in time as kids. You know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't with our bikes, we were on like a skateboard or our skates or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like cool memories, bro.
There weren't many cars left in the parking lot. It was quieting down for the night. Roddy was the one to notice when a car pulled into the lot with its lights off and kind of parked conspicuously, in a way that it was facing us. After a few minutes, Jackson pointed out that he was pretty sure the guy in the car looked like he was watching us, so we started to migrate our hangout elsewhere. We biked out the exit of the parking lot and back onto Main Street, and the car also left the parking lot shortly after us. We all knew just by a single glance at each other, and didn't even have to speak a single word to know to start pedaling fast down the road. The car trailed us, but not too close behind. The driver must have somehow thought we weren't aware of it. He still had his lights off, not to mention. I said let's get to my house, instead of just aimlessly biking around trying to lose him in the streets. My house was the closest. It took us only like 5 minutes to get there. Before the car could turn the corner onto my street, we hurried to my backyard gate and rushed inside before he could see. We entered my house through the back door. My dad was still awake, surprisingly, in the living room. He was watching a movie. We all asked him if he could check outside if the car was anywhere out there. He stepped outside for a second, then came back inside saying the coast was clear. He said we were smart to bike away as soon as we were suspicious.
Right.
Anyway, my dad went to bed after his movie. And usually he wanted my friends out by that point, so Jackson and Roddy left on their bikes. I swear it wasn't even 20 minutes later that I got out of my bed after hearing something from the backyard. I went to my window and looked down to the backyard. I lifted my window up a little more, very quietly, just to better hear the sound. It was like this little clicking, rustling sound that would repeat every 4 seconds. I stuck my head out the window, and I saw the shed door was open, but that didn't answer what that clicking sound was. I went to my dad's room and woke him up. He came with me first to my room, where I showed him the shed door, and then made him listen for the sounds. But now the sounds had stopped. The two of us rushed downstairs to the back door, where we flicked on the backyard light. My dad yanked the back door open and stormed into the yard, yelling for whoever was out there to come out. I worried about him going in the shed alone, so I came with him. But besides all the tools and other basic shed equipment, bikes and other shit like that, there was no one hiding in there. We found out on the way back inside the house that the clicking sounds I was hearing was someone trying to tamper with the outside lock, as the entire door handle was completely scraped up and almost ruined. The lock still worked, and that was only the storm door. There was still another door with a working lock behind it, so it was still safe.
Okay, good.
My dad told me to just go to bed. He'd stay downstairs for the night and keep the outside lights on. He said he had the police come the next morning before I woke up. I'm 99% sure it was that man who followed us in the car.
Right.
I don't know for sure how or when he found out where I lived, and I'm not sure why he gave up on busting the lock. Anything I say would just be a guess.
Hey man, but you guys still just have to be worried, man, because he could still be possibly wanting to come back and try again, just because he didn't possibly have the tools that he needed. Know what I'm saying? But wow, that was crazy, man. Let me know what you guys thought about this video here. Which one was scariest to you guys, and if you guys ever went, biking or if they skateboarding, anything like that, and something scary like this happened to you guys, I would definitely love to know down in the comment section. And if you guys enjoyed this reaction, of course, let me know by liking or disliking this video, and then also hitting that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, to hit that bell so you don't miss when I drop one again tomorrow at midnight. Just make sure that you guys are here for it, and I'll definitely be back tomorrow in SRT gang. I am out this thing, man. Let's get it.